So this is where it all started. This is a 1,800 square foot little office warehouse space where I started my first company back in 1997. I was working out of my house, and I was doing the books by hand, didn't have a computer, the internet wasn't a thing. Our mobile phones were installed in the vehicle. I had a pager, so things were quite different in 1997. And I was working out of my house, and the company was growing, and it was just me. I started as a handyman, remodeling contractor. I was doing everything myself, all of it. I mean, I was doing the books, the sales, doing the work, the whole 9 yards. And I started getting a little bit busier, and I hired a bookkeeper part-time, and I hired some people in the field to work on the jobs. We self-performed everything. And then I just kind of went into a sales estimating role. And then as we started growing, I needed space, and I needed to make that decision to take the leap and go ahead and get a office. And this space came up. It was down the street from my house. It's 1,800 square foot office warehouse. It had probably a 500 square foot office with a bathroom. The rest was warehouse space. And for a remodeling contractor, handyman, it was the perfect opportunity because we turned it into a shop slash storage. I grew that business from 250,000 to 1.2 million in a couple of years. We had 20 employees. We self-performed everything. We had 6 or 8 trucks on the road. It was really a great time when we were just growing like crazy. We became the largest remodeling company in the area. That's all we did. And that was a scary step, moving from the house to a office warehouse. It was $800 a month, and I remember thinking to myself when I signed that lease, man, am I going to be able to pay $800 a month for an office warehouse space for this business? So that was the first leap of faith, and it was scary, but you know what? You just got to do it, right? Sometimes you just got to get out and do it. So I did it. I took the leap. I signed the lease. I went in there and I had faith that I'm going to make this happen. So the next step was from there to a 3,000 square foot building where the lease was $3,000 a month. And I had evolved from remodeling into building new construction homes and development, and we were doing probably $5 million a year at the time, and it was a couple of years after that space that I made that leap. And I remember signing that lease and thinking, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to pay $3,000 a month? Now by that time I'd got my general contractor's license, I had gotten my real estate broker's license, or it came shortly thereafter. So it's just the evolution. But again, it was one more decision, a leap of faith to take a giant step and sign a lease for $3,000 a month. I never thought I could afford that for a business. And that business ended up doing $30 million a few years later. We built it into a $30 million company. So from 250 to 30 million in 7 years, and started 12 other companies at the same time along the way, and quit smoking and lost weight. All of that, all at the same time. And I sold that company and used those proceeds to invest in other deals and do development and grow from there. So it was really, that's my journey. That's how it happened. And I started with nothing, from nothing, didn't go to college, joined the Navy right out of high school. I started from scratch with that remodeling company. I had a truck, I had a toolbox. I went out, knocked on doors and said, hey, I need to make some money. What do you need done? Just like when I was a kid running around with a lawnmower, or just running around with a rake. Literally, I would run around the neighborhood with a rake, knock on your door and say, my name's Greg, I live down the street, I will rake your leaves, I need to make some money. When I started this business in 1997, I knocked on doors, I said, my name is Greg, I live down the street, I need to make some money. And that's how I started the business. That's how you can start a business. That's how anybody can start a business. You don't need money, you don't need connections. You do need some skills. I was skilled, I could do some things, I could fix things. I'm not a master carpenter by any means. I'm not a master builder by any means. What I did was I had some skills. I could fix things. So I started with what I had, where I was with what I had, and I built it from there. And I hired people smarter and better than me that were more experienced to take us to the next level. And I learned from them, and I educated myself along the way. So that's how you do it. This is just a little reminder of humble beginnings and where everything starts. I think about this often. I think about those steps that I took along the way that launched my career. And I just wanted to encourage you, if there's something you want to do, start where you are. You don't have to have money, connections, anything. Just start. Just get out there, take action, take the right kind of action that's focused towards your goals, and make it happen. Just do it. Take a leap of faith, have faith in yourself, have faith in your abilities. Make sure you have a skill. You don't want to just go out there if you can't do anything. And knock on doors and say, hey, my name is Greg. I need to make some money. What do you need me to do? I'll do anything you need. That's how you start a business. You got to want it. You got to want it. You got to think about it. You got to make it happen. And if you want it bad enough, you'll get out there and you'll do what it takes to make it happen. Be smart, use your skills, learn from other people, hire professionals as you grow to help you build the company that are better and smarter than you. Don't be intimidated by them. Embrace that. Let them do their job, coach them to success. That's how you build and scale a company from nothing with nothing.